Hey guys, Kev here, and I have a quick unboxing for you. I'm hanging out here tonight with my LaCroix. This is the orange flavor, pretty good one. As usual, when I'm down here in the dining room, I got my baby monitor. Just put the kid to sleep. Today was her first day of daycare, actually. Her mom and I were a little nervous. It's a rough day, but she did really well, and she was happy to see us. So we're pretty stoked about that. So it looks like things are going to work out on that front. The package I wanted to open here is from, I believe, Mild Mannered EDC. So I sent him some loaners. I believe it was my Vox Dapper and Protect Malibu, both which I sold already when they came back. And then the Asher Knives Silva as well, which I still have. That was my budget knife of the year, so I don't see that going anywhere. And he said he sent me a package as well. So you may have seen my unboxing of my own stuff. I figured since, I hadn't shown it before, it was okay to unbox my own stuff. I know it's a little weird. But he sent me some loaners. This is a little hefty, so we'll see what's in here. This is what I carried today, the Microtech Ultratech in the Bounty Hunter configuration with the apocalyptic finish on the handle, and I don't know what they call the finish on the blade, but I absolutely love this thing. It is the perfect size. I did have the UTX 85 version as well, and I'll do a quick review on this when I get a chance. But I did sell the 85 just because it seemed kind of superfluous to have, a $300 knife sitting around in two different sizes when this one fits me a lot better. And the unboxing knife is going to be the American Blade Works little keychain X-Acto knife thing here. You may have seen that in my unboxing of the American Blade Works Model 1 version 5, which I may have posted already. We'll see. And in that, I wasn't sure if this was supposed to lock open. You'll see here it has this sliding bar on a spring, and then you push it forward to push the knife out and then let go to retract it. And I saw online on the website, he had it where the blade was out, but he told me he took the spring out for that picture just to show the blade. So it is meant to be like this, where it doesn't lock. So anyway, we're going to test that out here. And this does fit any X-Acto blade, so that's pretty cool. All right, in true mild-mannered fashion, we have a box or a package in a package. That seems to be his signature, just from the two packages I've got from him. That X-Acto knife's pretty good, actually. So if you haven't checked these out on AmericanBladeWorks.com, check them out. I think they're like 65 bucks or something. So we have an MBK pouch here, which is cool. And we have another knife wrapped up here, so I'm going to go ahead and take that one out first. This looks like a SOG, just from first look here. Yep, this is a SOG. I'm sorry, SOG they're called now. Special Operations Group, I think. I'm probably just going to say SOG because, I don't know, that's what I'm used to. I've never actually owned a SOG or whatever. I'll call it SOG as much as I can. Try to be fair to their company. It looks like the clip is toned down on this one. I'm used to them being pretty flashy. This is kind of cool. So this looks to be with their XR lock, and I think it's assisted because it has like this switch back here. So let's see. It's got thumb studs. Okay, so it is assisted. I will say right off the bat, as a lefty, this is really comfy in my hand. Right-handed, same thing. Is the clip reversible? Yes, it is. So you can reverse the clip on this. We have a very nice edge on this here. This is actually a pretty intriguing knife. This studies and observations group. So whatever I said was absolutely wrong. I think I said Special Operations Group, Studies and Observations Group. This is the Flash AT, and this is in Cryo D2. So, see if you can see that there, if it'll focus. Just so you know, when I do that, I'm using my iPhone 11 Pro, and I don't see what is on the screen. So I can't tell if it focuses or shows you what I'm trying to show you. So if I do that and you don't see, if I screw that up, that's why I can't tell, but I'm just hoping I get it right. So anyway, Flash AT, right off the bat, this is actually a pretty cool knife. I did not think I would like it. So it is assisted, so I'm guessing pulling down and swinging is not going to work, right? Because it has a spring in there. Pretty strong spring. Pretty strong detent as well. I don't know if it's still called a detent on an assisted knife. I usually hate assisted knives and avoid them at all costs. I just put the lock on and it works. So that's good. I don't like anything with a switch back here because it just feels kind of funny. But I will say, for assisted knives, this is probably your higher end, assisted knife. I don't know how much these go for. I'll have to do some research. But that's actually a really cool assisted knife there from Studies and Observation Group. So cool. Now I'm gonna open this Pizouch here from MBK. I know we've talked briefly about his EDC 1.0, but he doesn't have that anymore. So I'm not sure what MBK he might have, or if he's just using the pouch. So we have a Hogue knife here, and well, I guess I'll start with that, right? So we have a Hogue knife. This is a little guy. Look at this. Look how small this is. So here's the Ultra Tech. And here is the Flash AT. And then here is the little Razor. And lastly, let's see, what else I got? I have the i3T EOS here. They're almost the same size. And I have my Lynch Northwest AAP 2.5. And it's close to that as well. So this is a smaller knife, guys. Is it assisted? I can't tell. So I'm going to have to look into that. There is a lock. So again, it seems like it might be. Looks like a button lock on here. Yes, it is assisted. And it's sort of a strange assist. You'd think it would like fly out, but it doesn't. It just kind of like comes out a little bit. And then when you push the button lock in, it almost like looks like a manual because it'll fall. But it'll only go that far because you have to pass that spring. That's interesting. Little guy here. And can you lock it closed? Does not look like you can lock it closed. So you can only lock it when it's in the open position. Interesting. And this is a reversible clip on this one here. Again, this is a Hogue. I know the model is like XO something. Yeah, you can't lock it in the closed position. That's interesting. Hogue USA X1MF. Alishewitz, I think it is. Alishewitz, Allen. CPM 154. So here you can see the different markings there. Hopefully that's coming through for you. So that's a pretty cool little knife here. I did not realize that Brad, mild-mannered, was so into the assisted knives, because that's we're 2 for 2 on assisted. That's very interesting to me. Very interesting. Okay, and last but not least, we have a little MBK thingy here. Oh, I think this is the VLD. Oh, I actually was pretty interested in this one here. This is the Monterey Bay Knives VLD. And I don't know who the designer is or anything, but I have been interested in this guy. Now, right off the bat, my first thing that sticks out to me is this is a thick boy. I'm not used to knives this thick. Like, again, here is the Microtech Ultratech, which is a relatively slim knife. Or normal knife, I don't know. See how much thicker that is? Here's that Hogue. It's a lot thicker than that. Here's your Flash AT. It's thicker than that, so it's just a bit of a thick knife. It is actually the same or a little thicker than... It's the same thickness as an i3T EOS, if you have any idea what that is in thickness. This is a manual knife flipper. Okay. Good flipping action. We do have a liner lock here, guys. That's really cool to know. I did not know that. I really like liner locks because as a lefty, you don't have any of those issues with the frame lock pressure. Let's see how she closes. Okay. It almost, wow. Okay, so has really good closing action, and this thing fires out. I mean, it almost feels assisted coming out. I don't know if that's because I just played with a bunch of assisted knives or if it's just that good. We have no blade play, and we're getting this type of closing action. So I'm impressed with this guy. Something I'm noticing right off the bat is every time I deploy this knife, my finger is getting caught on the inside of the scale here and catching. And I can feel it almost cutting into my finger, and then and my finger's sliding down the scale. I don't know if you can see that. You see how my finger lands there and then it drug down? It's just in an awkward position. And I could see that at some point being an issue. But cool blade, interesting design. It's got this very like pointy, obviously, design to it. Interesting grind here. You have kind of this jimping up here, and then it goes to this flat, which is that stonewash? It's just a little bit different looking. And then that goes into this wedge all the way out to the tip here, which is pretty thin, the tip. And then you have this, is it a hollow grind? It looks like a hollow grind. I'm going to call it a hollow grind for the rest of the blade down here. So, you know, 2/3 of the way up, you get this hollow grind down. And then you have this choil here. So ergonomically, this is very comfortable in this position because my index finger's up here in the choil. Then my ring finger drops into this here, and then I have plenty of room on the handle for the other two fingers. And if I want to choke back, my index finger goes into this swell, and then I still have enough room for the rest of my fingers to land here. Jimping is in a good spot. In the choke up position, that jimping is still in a good spot. It is a little bit sharp in here. So that's not necessarily ideal if you're doing heavy kind of tasks. This part right here is sharp, and that's going to cut into you a little bit. So definitely a couple of sharp edges on this guy, and it's very thick. But it's a very interesting knife. I'm really glad Brad almost dropped it. Very glad Brad sent this out to me. It's got these cool holes in the design and then on the clip as well. That's interesting. I really do like this action. It's a fun one to play with. Makes good sounds. I am not the biggest fan of this micarta. Now, it feels good, but it looks like green micarta to me, but it has the kind of look of natural micarta. It's like a really light color, and that's not my favorite type of micarta. I like the darker kind, but all in all, this is a cool knife. I'm really glad I'm going to be able to check it out. So I really want to thank Brad, Mild Mannered EDC. Dude, awesome. Thank you so much for sending these loaners out for me to check out. I'll get first impressions on these. I'll get reviews out on these. Should be interesting with the assisted ones because I'm not used to that. I must have locked it. That's the reason I don't like the lock, because you don't know if it's locked or not because you're playing with it because this is fun. And then you end up ripping your finger apart because you locked it, you know. But that, you know, I really don't like assisted knives, but I mean, this might as well be an auto, just using thumb studs. It's interesting. It's pretty cool. And I really like the ergos and the blade. This drop point is really cool. It reminds me of a bug out. Really digging this knife, actually, guys. And then we have this Hogue here, which is a little small for me. I guess you could choke up. Nah, I wouldn't want to do that. So this is really a 3-finger knife for me. With the jimping here, jimping all over this thing. I'm not a big fan of this blade shape, although it reminds me of this guy a little bit. So that's interesting. Cool kind of Warren Cliff looking blade though it has a little bit of belly, it seems like. And I'm not sure if this is a factory edge, because this is ridiculously sharp. He may have put this edge on himself. So interesting. Cool knives. And I will be getting more stuff out on these, let you guys know what I think. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later.